Hello everyone, here we are to solve past papers. These are model examination from different school. The first question, it says which one of the following is one-to-one correspondence. To say a function is one-to-one correspondence, it has to be one-to-one and onto. So when you see the choice, each function, the first one linear, the second one exponential, b is greater than 1, and the third one c is linear and d is quadratic. So how do we check one-to-one and onto-ness of a given function? One-to-one-ness, try to remember the graph of every function here. For example, a and c, they are linear functions. Linear functions are simply straight line. They are slanted to the right or inclined to the right because both slopes are positive, so it's okay. Always linear functions are one-to-one, so no need to worry. Even the second one, b to the power of x, it's exponential function. It is a curve passing through 1, 0. This is common graph, and it's simply a curve. The negative x-axis will be horizontal asymptote. So when you draw horizontal line anywhere, it will be crossed just once. So all of them, a, b, c, they are one-to-one. So we are going to check onto-ness for them. What about d? D, it's a quadratic. X square means it's an upward parabola. If you draw horizontal line here, anywhere, it will be crossed twice because the domain is real number and the range also real number, as you see. So it's not one-to-one, so it fails. If it's not one-to-one, we cannot say it's one-to-one correspondence. To be one-to-one correspondence, it has to be both one-to-one and onto. So the choice D, it fails just on one-to-oneness. What about onto-ness? Even doesn't work because the range of this function, as you see, the range must be y greater or equal to 0. But here what is mentioned as range? Real number. Real number means negative numbers, like from negative infinity until 0, union from 0 to infinity. This means what? Real number. But as you see the function, the graph of this function, it's an upward parabola. Completely the graph is above the x-axis. So the range is y greater or equal. It's only this part. So what is mentioned here, real number, means those negative numbers or negative real numbers, they don't have pre-image. So that it is not one-to-one, it's not onto. So it doesn't work. D, you can just ignore it. We need to check for the others, for the other function. They are one-to-one. We are trying to check their onto-ness. Are they onto? Let us check. So before we check, how do we check whether a given function is onto or not? Onto-ness focus on the range. All the range should have pre-image. For example, A, choice A, it says the range is from 0 to infinity. These all numbers, do they have pre-image? Let us check. As an input, take 0 because the input or the domain starts from 0. If you take 0 and insert in place of the function x, what will happen? F of 0 will be 0 plus 6. That means it is 6. 6 must be the minimum outcome or the minimum output. After that, whatever the number you insert after 0, the outcome will be getting larger and larger because it's increasing function. So the range was supposed to be from 6 to infinity because the minimum outcome is 6. But what is mentioned as a range is 0 to infinity. There are numbers from 0 to 6. They don't have pre-image. So they are not. This function is not onto. We are talking about choice A. Is it onto? How do we check? We just take the range, what is mentioned here. Here it is. So from the domain, we took the 0 and we substitute and we have got result 6. Means the number 6 will be the minimum outcome of the given function on this operation or in this function. So the range was supposed to be from 6 to infinity because when you say 0 to infinity, this is the same as from 0 to 6 union from 6 to infinity. But what we have got as a range is 0 to infinity. There are numbers from 0 to 6. These have no pre-image for this interval from 0 to 6, no pre-image. So this function is not onto. It fails. It's one-to-one, but it's not onto because of that. It doesn't satisfy one-to-one correspondence precondition. Let us check B. B again, as I said before, the graph. Remember the graph of exponential to the power of x. Every exponential function f of x, which is a the power of x form, the graph is, it's just a curve, upright down left when the base a is greater than 0. Greater than 1. So the domain here, it's a real number, it's okay. What about the range? The range, it must be 0 to infinity. It doesn't completely, the curve as you see, it's above the x-axis. It doesn't go below the x-axis. So that range, is it mentioned here? No. The range here, it's a real number. Real number means there are negative real numbers. They don't have pre-image. Whatever the number you take here in place of x, if you take any input, you cannot make it negative. So those negative real numbers, they don't have pre-image, so this is not onto. What about the last one? The last one, D, let us check. Now, it's linear, 1 to 1 already. What about ontoness? Let us check. Take the minimum input, 0. F of 0 means, if you insert 0 and play, h of 0, because the function is h. So when you say h of 0 means 0 plus 1, which is 1. This is the minimum output. Is there? Yes. What about the maximum input? The maximum input is 1. That means 1 plus 1, which is 2. The maximum input will give you the maximum output, what is mentioned here. And the minimum input will give you the minimum output here, what is mentioned. So this one fit. And this is both 1-to-1 and onto. It's so we can say it is 1-to-1 correspondence. Very good. Let us continue, because this question, it needs explanation. It may take, but for you, you have to be faster as much as possible. The next question, it says, it's sequence. A1 given and A2 also it's given, and AN is given to you by the formula here. So n is greater or equal to 3. That means you can insert any number greater or equal to 3. It's sequence. You can start by inserting 3 in place. So the sixth term, we are asked to find the sixth term. So we have to substitute every, what will be a third? Insert 3 in place of n here. A3 minus 1 over A3 minus 2, which is A2 over A1, which is, what's A2 given? 3 over 1, which is 3. This is A3. What about A4? If you insert 4 here, 4 minus 1, that means A third over A2. A third, we got it here, 3. And the second one, 3 over 3 means 1. What about the fifths? A fifths, which is equal to A fourths over A third. Let us use our space properly. So A fifths will be A fourths over A third, which is A fourths is 1 and the third term is 3. Now our question is the sixth one. So obviously, as you see the pattern, for the third, 2 over 1, for the fourth, 3 over 2, for the fifth, 4 over 3. So for A6, what do you expect? A fifths over A fourths. That means, what is A fifths? 1/3 over, this is upper fraction. So let us write it at the top. Let us start from top to use our space effectively. So A6 is equal to A fifths over A fourths, which is A fifths is 1 over 3, the whole over A fourths is just 1. 1 over 3 over 1 means 1/3. So the answer must be B. The next question, it says, if the fourth and the 10th term of an arithmetic sequence are 11 and 35 respectively, then which one of the following is false about the sequence? What are the given? The fourth and the 10th term. That means A4 is the same as A1 plus 3D. How do I get it? Remember the formula. AN means A1 plus n minus 1 times D. So when I say this 4, this is going to be A1 as it is A1. I wrote it. When I write 4 here, 4 minus 1 will be 3. That's why I wrote 3. This is given to you 11. Okay, what about the other? A10 is also given to you. So now expect the formula for A10. A10 will be, it's going to be again A1 plus 9D, which is 35 given. Now do this simultaneously by subtraction. You can minus it down because A1, the same coefficient. When you minus them, A1 minus A1 cancel out, and then what remain? This cancel, and 3D minus 9D will be negative 6D, and 11 minus 35 will be this is small letter d. 11 minus 35 will be negative 24. Then divide by negative 6 both sides, d will be 4. Okay, the common difference must be 4. That is correct A. The first term, to get the first term, bring the 4 and substitute here in the first equation. So it will be 4 plus 3d is equal to, no, a1 we don't know, that's what we are looking for. A1 plus 4, bring in place of d here. 4 times 3, you know, it's 12, is equal to 11. So when you shift 12, a1 will be negative 1. Again, that is correct B. What about C? C, it says A11. A11 means A10 plus common difference. The 10th term, okay, always in nth term means the previous term plus the common difference. So the 11th term is the previous term, which is the 10th term plus the common difference. The 10th term already given to you, 35, it's there, plus the common difference, it's 4, we got it. When you add it will be 39. That's correct again. The last one must be obviously the answer. Which one is false? All of them are correct. How can you check it? Sum of 10 means, remember the formula, n over 2 into a1 plus a10. First get a10. You have actually a10 and you have a1 also. You can check it by another color because we don't have to be confused. Okay, sum of 10 means, according to the formula, 10 over 2 into a1 plus a10, which is 10 over 2 means it's 5 in bracket. A1 we got it negative 1 plus, and a10 that is 35. So 35 negative 1 plus 35 is 34. So multiply 34 times 5, which will be 22 and 15, 70, 170 it was supposed to be. So the answer will be D. Let's go to the next question. The next question, which one of the following is uneven function? This kind of function also try to do by observing. Look, A, it's not even function. The reason, look, the upper or the lower one is even and odd function will be checked by f of x must be is equal to f of negative x to say it's even. But the first one, A, the upper is odd degree, the lower one is even degree. It's mixed, it doesn't work. It has to be either both same degree, even or odd, it has to be. So the checking mechanism, it is f of x is equal to f of negative x, it was supposed to be. So if you take the choice A, for example, the function f of x is already, what is that? X over x square minus 1. What will be f of negative x? If you substitute negative x in place of every x, the upper one will remain negative x, but the down one, negative x, when you insert and square it, it will be positive x square minus 1, because the negative will be removed or cancelled by the square. So are they the same? These two, are they the same? F of x and f of negative x, are they the same? No. This is to check evenness. This is to check even or not. We are going to apply this. So are these two the same? No. So that it fails. Choice A. Okay, let's go to B. When you go to B, again the same. I'm going to do the same. Actually, even B, by observing x square is even, sin x is odd. Even odd, it doesn't give you even. But check it again. F of x, f of negative x. We are going to substitute negative x. It will be negative x square, then sine of negative x. From trigonometric, the three trigonometric ratio, sine, cosine, and tangent, which one is even? Cosine is even, because cosine of negative x is always cos x. But sine of negative x, remember this one, negative sine x, and tan of negative x also, it is the same as negative tan x. Cosine and secant are even. Therefore, what does this give you? The upper one, what we insert here. This is the same as negative x square will be remain x square, but sine of negative x, the negative comes out, so it will be negative x square sine x. This negative, from where I bring it? From the negative sine of negative x. As I said before, sine of negative x will be, so it's not the same as the original function actually. It's not the same as the original function, so that it fails again. B. What about D? D, it's odd. X cube is odd and cosine is even. Odd even, you see? This is even odd, this one odd even. So f of x, f of negative x, I mean, we are going to substitute negative x and check. This is choice B. And when you go to C, f of negative x means it will be negative x cube then cosine of negative x. This negative x, it doesn't have for effect for cosine, but negative x cube means it will be negative x cube. The negative remain there because it's the exponent is odd. So cosine of x. Is it the same as the original one? No, the original is positive, but we have got here something negative, doesn't work. But when you go to the last one, it works because signum is odd function. Signum is odd function because it's symmetric with respect to the origin. If you remember the graph of signum function, if this is x-axis, if this is y-axis, the graph of signum x is it's just two lines. It's a piecewise function, so it's symmetric with respect to y-axis, or it is odd function. Remember about signum function, and this one also it's odd. So x cube is odd, so odd and odd, it will give you the product of two odd. Or remember the graph, how does it looks. So this time if you substitute like I did before, if you try to substitute, what will happen? F of negative x means negative x cube times signum of negative x. But remember, signum of negative x is the same as negative signum of x. Okay, the negative will be comes out like that of sine and tangent because it's odd function. So negative x cube will be, it will be negative x cube times negative of signum of x. This means not minus, it's times. When you multiply negative times negative will remain positive. So x cube signum of x. So it will give you the same as like the original. So f of negative x become the same as the original one. So we can say it is even function. So the answer will be D. The next question, it says what is the solution set of somehow long and it's rational equation. So what to do first? Operate this denominator and do this denominator because fraction. And here also both the denominator and the numerator one by one. After you do, you have to flip and multiply with the upper part here also. And at the same time, in every process, try to restrict the domain. So first, let us do one by one by different color. To make it clear for you, I'm going to use different color. For the first one, this one, I will do by blue one. So when I take the first denominator here, 1 over x plus 4 over x square, it says, what is the LCM of x and x square? Least common multiply. It is x square, obviously. Because both of them are x, the higher exponent will be taken as an LCM. The higher exponent is x square. Then x square divided by x will be just x times. Then x times 1 will be just x plus. Then x square divided by x square 1. 1 times 4 will be 4. I'm done here. The next one, let us use another color again. Let me use red one. It's going to be the same process. 1 over x minus 1 over x square. I mean 4 over x square. It's minus only. It's going to be x minus 4 over x square. So let us finish the upper part and the lower part. This whole thing will be, it's the same as 1 over x square times, I'm going to flip this one, x square over x plus 4. Don't forget, x is different from, let us restrict the domain. X must be different from, first of all, 0 and negative 4 also, because what makes it 0? It will be a negative 4. So now I can cancel x square with x square. What left? 1 over x plus 4. This means the first part. Okay, again I will continue here. For the second part, I'm going to come here. It's the same as 4 over x square will be multiplied with this result. This result will be flipped. So x square over x minus 4. Again, what makes it 0? It's just 4 also, has to be restricted. So we can say till now x is different from 0, 4, and negative 4. If there are another undefined point, we are going to eliminate that. Okay, cancel this. What left? 4 over x minus 4. This results two answers. The first addend, this one, and this one is the second addend, because the left hand side is two rational function will be added. So this one simplified, these two simplified. I'm going to simplify now the next one. The next one, again the upper part, only the upper part. It says 1 plus x squared plus 1 plus 16 over x squared. This is the same as x squared plus 16 over x squared. Obviously, I hope you know by crisscross, just crisscross 1 times x squared, and the down also x squared minus 16 will be. So I will flip it now. Flip, because the down will be flipped, x squared over x squared minus 16. First I add these two, the denominators, I add them, these two. I mean, I take the difference of the two. How? By crisscross. 1 times x squared will be x squared minus 16 over x squared. But when you multiply, you have to flip it to multiply like I did the upper one. Then cancel x squared with x squared. Then what remains? X squared plus 16 over x squared minus 16. So now I'm going to go to the next page and I will do first addend 1 over x plus 4 and 4 over x minus 4. Okay. So 1 over x plus 4 plus 4 over x plus 4. It's x minus 4. This must be x minus 4 is equal to x squared plus 16 over x squared minus 16. But x squared minus 16 can be written as a product of x minus 4 and x plus 4. Still the denominator will be different from 4 and negative 4. So what the LCM of the denominator of these three? There is x plus 4, x plus 4, x, there is no here, and x minus. So x plus 4 and x minus 4 will be LCM. So I can mention as an LCM, LCM will be x plus 4 and x minus 4. That means I'm going to multiply each of the term by this LCM. So when I multiply here, x plus 4 will cancel with x plus 4, and what remain? X minus 4 remain. So x minus 4 plus, here when I multiply, x minus 4 cancel with x minus 4 and x plus 4 remain. But plus 4 is there. 4 times x plus 4 remain. To the right side, everything will be cancelled with this, and x squared plus 16 remain. Then x minus 4 plus 4x minus 16 is equal to x squared plus 16. So I'm going to collect now everything and try to condense it. What will be the simplest here? X squared, x plus 4x will be 5x, so minus 5x. Here negative 20 I have. When I shift it, it will be plus 36 is equal to 0. Now think of two number product, 36 sum negative 5. This number, I hope it will be 9 and negative 4. I think, yeah. 9 times negative 4. Okay, no, this doesn't work. What about, so here there is a mistake, it's plus 4, so this must be plus 16. So now when you condense it, x squared plus minus 5x, negative 4 plus 16, this is plus. Negative 4 plus 16 will be 12. 12 comes and subtracted 16 minus 12 will be 4. So this must be 4. So now think of two number, product 4 and sum negative 5. What are these two numbers? Obviously these two numbers, product 4 and sum negative 5, are, you know, negative 1 and negative 4, negative 1 and negative 4. When you multiply them, they will give you 4, and when you add them, negative 5. So x minus 4 and x minus 1 is equal to 0, because the coefficient of x squared 1, I can directly substitute. Then finally the answer will be 4 and 1. But in our restriction, in the domain, we said x must be different from 0, 4 and negative 4. So 4 doesn't work as an answer. We cannot take as an answer 4. This will be eliminated. So the answer must be x is equal to 1. which is found at C. So when you are facing such kind of question, don't be panic. Try to be systematic and solve step by step, but you have to be faster. Try to do it quickly because time, to save time. Otherwise, just skip them. So at last, when you are doing, after doing easy question, you can get back to such kind of questions. Okay. Next one, in geometric sequence, the second term is 3 and the fifth term is 81. The second term is G2. G2 means G1 times R, which is given to you 3. Because remember, Gn means G1 times R to the power of n minus 1. So when I say 2, 2 minus 1 will be 1. That's why just R I wrote it. And what's the other given? The other given, the fifth term, G5, means G1 times R to the power of 4. This is given 81 over 8. So at this time, you can divide, divide the fifth divided by the second. That means, how can we do it? G5 over G2 means it is the same as G1 R to the power of 4 over G1 R to the power R, just R, which is equal to, you can cancel this with this, and R also you will cancel it. This is G1. R also cancel and R cube remain, but this is equal to 81 over 8 divided by 3 means times 1 over 3. Because over 3 means over 1. You have to flip it. So when you cancel by 3, 1, this by 3, 27. So here R cancel and what remain, R cube is equal to 27 over 8. This is the same as 3 over 2 cube. Both of them here, 27 and 8 are perfect cube number. Then cube cancel with cube, so the R value is equal to what? Just 3 over 2. But what is asked? Then the fourth term. G4 means G1 times R cube. So G1, we don't know, or we can say G2 times R square, or it is the same as G3 times R. Like if it is 1 cube, the exponent, as you see, decreasing, the exponent of R decreases. For G4, G1 times R cube, or G2 times R square, or G3 times R. So which one is preferable here? We have G2 already, and R also we have. So the second formula is preferable. So let us apply the second one. G2 times R square, which is G2 is how many? It's given G2. G2 is 3 times 3 over 2 square it. That's going to be 3 times 9 over 4. This is the same as multiplication. This one multiplication. 27 over 4. So the answer is going to be A. Next question. Which one of the following is true about the graph of f of x is equal to x cube minus 3x square plus minus 4x over... Okay, we have to simplify first. Take out common for each year up. F of x will be, I can write, if I take out x common, x square minus 3x minus 4. The whole over, again down, take out common, x plus 3 remain. And then factorize the bracket here, the upper bracket. Try to factorize. Is there numbers product? Negative 4 and some negative 3. Negative 4 and 1. Multiply negative 4 and add negative 3. So I can write it. This is the same as x into x minus 4 and x plus 1. The whole over x into x plus 3. So is there something which will be cancelled? Yes. What is that? That's x cancelled with x. So the graph makes whole where at x is equal to 0. So what are the vertical asymptote? The vertical asymptote necessarily the one which makes the denominator after simplification. So at x is equal to negative 3. But the upper degree is greater than the lower one. So we have to, it has oblique asymptote. How to check? The oblique asymptote will divide x minus 4. That means we'll divide what by what? Let me try to circle this one before factorization. We will divide by the denominator this, because the x is already cancelled out. Ignore. And it has a whole, we said already, at x is equal to 0. So when you divide, let's divide it in the next page. X squared minus 3x minus 4. X squared minus 3x minus 4. When you divide by x plus 3, how many times? X times, x times x squared, and plus 3x, subtract. When you minus, this will be 0, cancelled, and negative 3 minus 3 will be negative 6x minus 4. Again, negative 6 times. Negative 6x minus 18. Actually, we don't need after this. X minus 6. So it has no horizontal asymptote, but it has oblique asymptote. The oblique asymptote will be y is equal to x minus 6. So now let us check which one of the following is true. Obviously C. Y is equal to x minus 6 is its oblique asymptote. Yes. The others, look, A, x is equal to 0 and x is equal to negative 3 are vertical asymptote. No, vertical asymptote is only negative 3 because it has hole at x is equal to 0. B says it has horizontal, no horizontal asymptote this time because the upper degree is larger than the lower degree. So no horizontal asymptote. And the graph intersect the y-axis, means the y-intercept. By substituting 0 in place of x, you can check. If you substitute 0, this is 0, this is 0, also this is 0. Negative 4 over 3. So when you insert 0, 0, what do you get? You will get negative 4 over 3. But what do you insert? 0. At 0, we said already whole. So it doesn't cross. It will make whole there. Because at x is equal to 0, we said already it has whole. Because that's undefined point. So when you insert 0, you'll get negative 4 over 3. But at that point, it will make whole. So the answer, obviously, C. Next question, summation. This is infinite series. We are asked to find the sum of the infinite series. So this means, by the way, this is the same as when you insert 1, negative 1 over 3, plus when you insert 2, 1 over 9, plus when you insert 3, negative 1 over 27, plus again when you insert, because summation, when you insert 4, it's going to be 1 over 81. It continues without stop, without limit, because at infinity. So this means G1. And the common ratio, how to get it? Just take the difference. Like common ratio means it's the same as G1 over G2. I mean G2 over G1 or G3 over G2. Like you can take any term over the predecessor term. So 1 over 9 over negative 1 over 3 if you make. This is the same as what? 1 over 9 times negative 3 over 1. So if you cancel, what do you have? Negative 1 over 3. That means now this is what we need. This is what we are looking for. We have got the G1 in the common difference. I mean the common ratio. So remember, G1, by substituting 1, we have got negative 1 over 3. What about the common ratio? Also negative 1 over 3. These are the two. So we are asked the sum at infinity. So the sum at infinity in case of infinite series means the formula G1 over 1 minus R. That means the G1 is negative 1 over 3, the whole over 1 minus negative 1 over 3 again. This means negative 1 over 3 over minus minus plus 1 plus 1 over 3. This is the same as negative 1 over 3, the whole over again. When you add them this by crisscross, 4 over 3. Then this is the same as negative 1 over 3 will be multiplied with by the reciprocal 3 over 4. So cancel 4 by 4. I mean 3 by 3 cancel. What left? Negative 1 over 4 will be left. That's going to be the sum at infinity. Okay, the next question, what is the distance between the center of circle with equation given? Here is the equation of the circle and a line with equation, here it is. First of all, we have to find the center of this equation. Equation of circle generally will be written in the form, if it is written in this form, x square plus y square plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 4. The center of the circle will be negative d over t and negative e over 2. You can get by this formula. What's d? Negative 10, as you see here. What about e? Negative 20. So what will be the center of the circle? The center of the circle will be negative 10 over 2 will be 5, and negative 20 over 2 will be just 10. Now what's the distance between this and this? You can take this one as h comma k. And remember the distance between a line and a point. If you have a line L, which is the equation of the line is x plus by plus c is equal to 0 form, and the point anywhere, if the point is h comma k, not on the line, how to find the distance? Formula k. The formula says distance is equal to ah plus by plus c the whole over a square plus b square in the square root, and the whole thing in absolute value. So what's a, b, c? The a 4, the b 3, and the c 5 from the equation of the line, because the equation of the line is already written in the standard form. So 4, 3, 5, and the point 5 comma 10. So we can go to the next page and complete it. So the equation of the line is 4x plus 3y plus 5 is equal to 0, and the point is 5 comma 10. So now let us substitute. Okay, this is 10. So the distance will be 4 multiplied by 5 plus 3 times 10 plus 5, the whole over square a and b. That means 4 square and 3 square. 16 plus 9 will be 25 in the square root, the whole in absolute value. So this is 20, this is 30, together 50, 50 plus 5, 55. 55 over the down one is 5. So when you divide, it will be 11. So what is the distance between? It must be 11 on it, so the answer will be A. The next one, it is what is the equation of an ellipse with length of minor axis is 8 units and foci 0, -1 and 0, 1. So what are given? First one, it is minor axis. Minor axis means, you know, it's 2b. 2b is equal to 8. So divide by 2, so b is equal to 4. Keep it. And the other given condition, the foci, the two foci are given to you, 0, -1 and 0, 1. You can check where. 0, 1 means somewhere around here, -1 here. So the ellipse, obviously, it will be vertical ellipse. It's a vertical ellipse because the focus, and the center will be origin. You can take by midpoint formula. That means what is the gap between the two foci? What is the gap from -1 to 1? You can subtract 1 minus -1 means just plus. So it will be 2. That is 2c is equal to 2 means if you divide by 2, c value is equal to 1. You got the c also. And to get a square means, you know, it is b square plus c square in ellipse. That means b square 4 square it 16 plus 1 17. So a square is equal to 17. You have everything now. The center also, we said the center is, that means h comma k, it is 0 0. So what's the equation of the ellipse? It will be x square over b square plus y square over a square is equal to 1, because it's vertical ellipse. So let us do it now. X square over what is b square 4 square, that is 16, plus y square over what is a square 17, because it's vertical ellipse. The larger one must be, the larger of the two must be the denominator of the y, since it's vertical, is equal to 1. Now as you see in the choice, it's not written in this form. So what is the LCM of 16 and 17? You have to multiply each by it. The LCM will be the product of the two numbers. Product of 16 multiplied by 17, it will be 272. You have to multiply each of them by that. When you multiply this, The 16 cut it and 17 left. So 17x square plus 16y square is equal to 272. You'll have. Let's write it. 17x square plus 16y square is equal to 272. So when you bring it to the right side, 272, it's going to be B. These are some of the questions that I prepared for today, but hopefully I will continue solving model examinations of past paper from different school. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me. Thank you.